In this video, we will show you how to replace your steering intermediate shaft on this Dodge Ram. This will be inside of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing you want to do is make your way into the passenger compartment. Turn your steering wheel just a little bit to the left and then tie it off so there's no way that it can spin on you. Once you've completed this, make your way into the engine compartment. Inside the engine compartment, we'll make our way to the negative battery terminal. It's important to release this from the battery because you do have an airbag system in your vehicle. We'll use an 11mm to loosen up this nut. Set that aside. Now if we were to make our way right down underneath the power steering pump pulley, you're going to find where the intermediate shaft connects onto your steering box. There's a 13mm headed pinch bolt that we'll have to remove from this area. Got my 13mm on a long extension. Remove and inspect your pinch bolt. We'll set that aside. Now the next thing we'll do is carefully pry the intermediate shaft off of the steering box. Before we do so, it's important to reiterate the fact that you need to tie off that steering wheel so the steering wheel cannot spin once you remove this. Sometimes you can grab it by hand, give it a wiggle. If you can't, you can also carefully use a pry bar. Get that moving. If you find that you're having a hard time getting this off of here, you can also easily gain access to this from underneath the vehicle. Now once you have the shaft off of there, it's always a good idea to inspect the splined area, typically on the box itself, and why not on the intermediate shaft as well. Now with this off of here, we can move along to our upper pinch bolt, which is going to be located behind your brake booster. Now up in this area, I'll be using a swivel-headed 13mm. I need to get the right angle on this. We'll come right into that pinch bolt, and then we can remove it. Once we have it off of there, we'll carefully remove the shaft from the upper shaft. We'll remove and inspect that pinch bolt as well. It's always a good idea to replace these. Take hold of the shaft, give it a wiggle, and slide it off of there. There we are. We'll slide this out of position. There it is, friends. Now once you have the shaft out of there, it's important to make sure that you clean and inspect the mounting areas on the steering box and all the way up on the upper shaft as well. Down at the bottom we have the splines, and up at the top you just have a smooth area, but you want to clean it and inspect it. As I had mentioned, it's always a good idea to replace your pinch bolts. If you're not, at least make sure that you clean and inspect the threads, and then apply some blue thread locker to each of the mounting bolts. Alright, let's get ready to install our steering shaft. We'll take this and carefully put it in position. We want to bring the bottom down. Once you have the bottom down into the proper position here, we'll be sliding the top up and get that aligned. This should only go on one way here. Let's put it in and align our mounting bolt hole. There we are, that slid right up on there, nice and easy. We'll continue on to our mounting bolt, start it in and snug it up. Once that's snug, torque it to 42 foot-pounds. Now with that attached, let's move along to the lower joint. We'll connect that right onto the box. Once again, it'll only go on one way. You may have to just slightly twist that steering shaft a tiny bit, one direction or the other, until it fits into the proper position here. Once it does, you should be able to slide it down. Press it on there as far as you can. We'll install our pinch bolt with the blue thread locker on it. Once you have that snug, go ahead and torque it to 42 foot-pounds as well. Now that we've torqued our intermediate shaft, let's make our way back to the negative battery terminal. We'll reinstall that right on here. Make sure it's down as far as possible and use our 11mm wrench to make sure the mounting bolt is nice and tight. Give it a wiggle to make sure it's completely secure. Now we can make our way into the passenger compartment. Remove your safety strap from the steering wheel. Okay friend, we showed you how to install the intermediate shaft on your vehicle. At this point, hop in it, take it for a road test, make sure it functions properly, and get yourself in alignment. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.